I would like to welcome you after a long break with this series. And as a reward for your patience, I wanted to introduce you to Ayumi, my assistant.
こんにちは。マーチン先生のアシスタントのあゆみです。ご一緒できて嬉しいです。よろしくお願いします。
I also wanted to thank the artist Kurumi Latina, who gave me permission to use his work in this film. Feel free to visit his Twitter and Pinterest, links in the description. Thank you. And now back to the topic. Today we are discussing Tokisaki Kurumi, one of my favorite waifu. I want to point out right away that discussing Kurumi involves spoilers, so if you have already watched or don't mind a little spoiler, I invite you to our analysis. Kurumi Tokisaki is a character in the anime series Date Alive. She is the main antagonist in the first season, but later becomes an anti-hero and a supporting character. Kurumi is the third spirit to appear in the series, and she is the most dangerous and deadly spirit in the Date Alive world. She has a strong obsession with the protagonist, Shido, and the ability to manipulate time. Kurumi has killed over 10,000 people personally and is known as Nightmare. Kurumi used undisclosed and unexplained methods to transfer to Shido Itsuka's high school and class to get close to him. She wanted to devour Shido to gain the mana of the spirits sealed within his body. Kurumi attempted to consume Shido when she was a student at Raisin, but Kotori's destructive power forced her to retreat. Kurumi claims she was not ready to face Kotori, but later she argues that she could have defeated Kotori if she had more time. Later in the series, it is revealed that Kurumi's true goal is to find Shido to use her 12th bullet to travel back 30 years and kill the first spirit. To accomplish this, Kurumi needed a significant amount of mana, which she did not have, and that is why she wanted to devour Shido. Shido possessed the spiritual mana of 3 spirits, which was enough for Kurumi to use the 12th bullet to kill the first spirit. Kurumi is described by Shido Itsuka as a girl of stunning beauty. She appears to be elegant and has very polite manners. She has pearly skin and long black hair, usually tied in 2 long pigtails. Her right eye is red, while her left eye looks like a golden inorganic clock face that is covered by her bangs, and only revealed after transforming into a spirit form. When the clock eye's hands are not moving, it usually rests in the 3 o'clock position. 5 years ago, Kurumi wore a headband to hide her clock eye, although she now considers it shameful and instead covers her eye with her hair. As a human, after being sealed, her left eye is identical to her right eye. As a student, her hair is partially tied with a red ribbon that no longer covers her left eye, and she wears earrings. Kurumi's astral dress is made of crimson and black ruffles, giving her the appearance of an elegant Gothic Lolita with uneven double tails that mimic the minute and hour hands of a clock. She usually wears a large crimson hair bow on her head to hold her hair. She also wears a red and black collar around her neck. After taking the Saphira crystal from Ni, her astral dress gains several crosses resembling Ni's astral dress. Kurumi's height is 157 centimeters, and her 3 sizes are B85/W59/H87. When not in spirit form, Kurumi usually wears either a feminine Raisin High School winter uniform or a black Gothic Lolita dress. Kurumi is a person whose personality is hard to interpret. She shares with the other spirits in her premiere a deep-seated fear of people. She is a skilled actress because, when called upon, she can assume the persona of an innocent, inquisitive young girl. She's shown this ability when she talked courteously and registered as a student at Raisin High School. Underneath this mask, however, is a mad person who has fits of hysterical laughing and disregards human life because she perceives it as a source of sustenance to replenish her own time, and thus, disposable commodities. Her tactics mask perverted justice, though, as the persons she mercilessly killed were would-be rapists and animal abusers. Her ultimate objective, which is to go back in time, kill the first spirit, stop spacequakes, and rescue millions of lives, is another indication of her sense of justice. Phantom referred to her as a good person, but ironically, because of this objective. Kurumi has a fondness for little creatures and animals. In retrospect, her purity was not entirely destroyed by her crazy conduct. She once killed 4 people, not so she could make up for lost time, but rather because they harm a little cat. Shido was able to communicate with one of her many timelines and nearly persuaded her before the actual Kurumi intervened. Thus it appeared that she also had some yearning for a typical existence and a chance at forgiveness. Kurumi, however, does not appear to conceive of herself as a wonderful person, and even seems to dislike being labeled one, despite the fact that she does not murder without a reason, and despite her redeeming traits. She retaliated by utilizing her City of Devouring Time on the pupils at Raisin High School when Shido said that he would not give up on her, despite the fact that she was a killer. To get him to give up on her, she even conjured a spacequake that might have killed them all. Furthermore, Kurumi attempted to shoot Phantom when she said she was a good person. Her personality is further complicated by her capacity to conjure clones of herself from the past. Clones share the same personality since they are basically the same person. They do share memories, ambitions, anxieties, and passions, but they also have some degree of free choice. Clones could have features Kurumi doesn't have because they were made from the past, like her former Chunibyu habits. When considering this aspect of her history, especially those clones, Kurumi has occasionally displayed some discomfort. It seems that Kurumi particularly likes cats, as evidenced by her brutal killing of a group of men who were shooting at one with a shotgun. In the omake, it turns out she can be very embarrassed about this. When Shido and Toka caught her, she went so far as to have one of her clones pretend to be her and dispose of her, so she could get out of the situation without ruining her reputation. Kurumi, before she turned into a spirit, had a strong sense of justice. She often lamented the injustices in the world and had a great desire to assist people in need. This quality was regarded as both innocent and naive. The latter was exploited by Mio to deceive her into turning into a spirit seeking down other spirits who weren't compatible with their Saphira crystals. Being the only spirit who did not instantly flee after witnessing Shido die over her countless time loops, it came out that Kurumi had strengthened her tolerance for sadness after growing more fatigued. Kurumi has a propensity of uttering when she is really amused as a linguistic tick. Kurumi also has a peculiar laugh called Kurumi can control time through her bullets by combining the power of time, shadows, and Raryoku. Her musket and flintlock pistol both have unique bullets that, depending on the number there are, might have varying impacts on the target's time. She must first summon her angel, regardless of whether the angel has previously been called or not, and place her flintlock at the number of the bullet on the angel, where the power is fed into her gun from the number. Then, firing that loaded pistol at her target, Kurumi shoots herself if she plans to employ the effect on herself. The bullets act immediately upon striking their target, and while seeming identical to the offensive bullets, they do not inflict hurt. The drawback of these bullets is that they drain her life energy, or time. The clock in her left eye is turning, clearly illustrating this. Additionally, the price varies across bullets. One may be more expensive than the other. The last 2 rounds may potentially cost her the remainder of her time. One of the bullets matching numerals on Zafkiel's clock becomes dark if Kurumi is unable to utilize it. First bullet Aleph speeds up external time on the target. Second bullet Bet slows down external time on the target. Third bullet Gimel speeds up internal time, causing aging. Fourth bullet Dalit rewinds time on the target, but cannot resurrect the dead. Fifth bullet Hay allows Kurumi can see glimpses of the future. Sixth bullet Vav sends the target's consciousness back in time to their past selves. Seventh bullet Zion temporarily freezes the target's time. Eighth bullet Het creates a temporal clone of the target. Ninth bullet Tet allows Kurumi to share her senses with someone on a different time axis. 10th bullet Yud peeks into the past of any object struck. 11th bullet Yud Aleph sends the target to the future. 12th bullet Yud Bet sends the target to the past. Trivia 1. There is a spirit that Mana Takamiya killed many times in the past, although the ones that Mana killed were actually clones created by her angel. 2. Kurumi has 3 characters in her name, which refers to the 3rd Saphira on the Kabbalah Tree of Life. Understanding. 3. Kurumi usually wears black clothes. She wears a black winter uniform when going to school and wears a black gothic dress when going out. 4. Elohim means God in Hebrew. 5. In the anime, Kurumi could have had a cameo in episode 5, specifically at 245, as a girl with a red parasol. 6. Kurumi was inspired by the character Noire from the Hyperdimension Neptunia series.
くるみちゃんは里出る。
Some Kurumi quotes will be presented to us by Ayumi.
自分のこれまでの行いは、果たして人間らしいと言えるのだろうか。どんなに世界が広かろうと、不可逆的な時間に干渉できるのは時々くるみだけだ。そしてまた、このザフキエルも、 賢い学者や作家が作り上げたナンセンスな話には耳を貸さないでくださいね。その場合、あなたの目の前にあるものだけが存在する真実なのですから。
あらあら、あらあら、あらあら、あらあら、あらあら、あらあら、あらあら。